The following is an introduction to the accessories for the ZWWS101 Karl Fischer water content tester. This is the host. This is the electrolysis pool, measuring electrode, and electrolysis electrode. These are 2 drying tubes. This is a silicone pad, color-changing silicone, and 3 stoppers, 1 stirring bar. This is vacuum grease. 1 milliliter injection needle, 0.5 micrometers water injection needle, and 50 micrometers water injection needle. Power cord. Purified water. Waste liquid bottles. Anhydrous ethanol. Karl Fischer reagent. This includes the equipment, accessories, and pre-experiment preparations. The following describes the installation and cleaning of electrolytic electrode cell bottles. The electrolysis electrode and the measuring electrode are mounted onto the electrolysis pool. Place the stirring bar into the electrolysis pool. Install the large plug onto the electrolysis pool. Install 2 small plugs onto the drying tube, and then install the drying tube onto the electrolysis pool. Place the color-changing silica gel into the drying tube. The silicone pad is used for the rubber stopper of the electrolysis pool. The stopper needs to be unscrewed to insert the silicone pad. 1 silicone pad is included with the equipment at the factory. It can be replaced later as needed for your experiments. Next, we'll take out vacuum grease. The purpose of applying vacuum grease is to isolate air. Apply only a small amount to each opening. Too much is unnecessary. Apply a small amount of vacuum grease to the rubber stopper. Spread it evenly with your hands. Then install it and rotate it to fully exert its insulating effect. Using the same method, applying lubricant to each opening. Only applying it to the areas that come into contact with the electrolysis pool. The grinding plug above the drying tube does not need to be coated with vacuum grease. Only the area in direct contact with the electrolysis pool needs to be coated. All contact points have been coated. Next, we clean the electrolysis pool with anhydrous ethanol. Prepare waste liquid bottles in advance. Remove the drying tube above the cathode cells and pour a small amount of anhydrous ethanol into it. Install the drying tube. Remove the rubber stopper and add a small amount of anhydrous ethanol to the electrolysis pool. Install the rubber stopper. Then shake the titration pool to rinse away any water and impurities. The titration pool should be cleaned at least 3 times. If the environment is humid, the number of cleaning cycles can be increased. After cleaning, pour the waste liquid into a waste liquid bottle. After cleaning the titration pool, do not open any interfaces. Next, we inject the Karl Fischer reagent. Karl Fischer reagent was also injected from the same spot where we previously injected anhydrous ethanol. A small amount of Karl Fischer reagent was injected into the cathode chamber. Install the desiccant tube, then gently shake it and observe the color of the reagent. If the reagent turns transparent, it indicates the presence of moisture inside. And you need to rinse it several times with Karl Fischer reagent until the color no longer changes. Similarly, a small amount of Karl Fischer reagent is injected into the anode tank. Install the rubber stopper, then gently shake it. Observe whether the reagent color changes. If it becomes transparent, rinse several times with the reagent until the color no longer changes. Once the color is normal, we continue injecting reagents into the anode chamber, exceeding the first graduation mark. Injection complete. Install the rubber stopper. All preparations for the experiment have been completed.